I suppose I can sit this way. I was going to fix the camera. I think this might work though. Maybe not. Hello. How are you? What's up, Reitza? How are you, man? I do want to fix the camera. I got to make sure. Jay Huff, what up? Boss, let's go. I got to make sure Kelly got the invite. Bear with me. Dad's in the house. Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to fix the camera. Hold on. That's more like it. I finally got hubcaps on my 55. I got them from a birthday. I got my Moody hubcaps on my big 55. Fantastic. Okay, let's bring on KKRC76. Oh, my bad. Did I wear a green shirt on purpose today? I don't know. Maybe. What up?
I'm small and in charge tonight. What's happening, everybody?
You are small and in charge.
Dude, I decided to play with the virtual background, and I'm like, why not?
Why not? Bunch of handsome dudes in the back.
Like my hat says, man. Why not?
Let's go. You guys hear him okay?
Loud and clear. Test.
Tests.
I got my good headset on tonight because the other ones went dead last week. And sorry, everybody, I had to bail on everyone. Jeez.
I got a lot of disgruntled fan mail about your early departure last week in the suggestion box.
Man, I'm off to start giving away SCX6 bodies just to keep everybody happy.
Don't do that. You can't give them away if I'm sitting over here trying to sell them. What up, man?
What's new, everybody?
Hey, we can wrap up the Scout project discussion a little bit.
It's done
tonight. Yeah,
it's done.
Hey, they performed amazing. I can't wait to see what yours does when you get an adult in there driving.
Dude, what's wrong with having a child driving? Come on, man.
Person.
We got to learn sometime or another.
There you go. on a Scout, dude. And the Power Wagon, what a fun bonus surprise. I love seeing that thing out there. It did amazing.
It did.
Trucks are nice, man. They sit low. I mean, your Scout, same. Like, it sits low, but gosh, that Power Wagon's just it's made for it. The arches are so big that you can get the body down and enjoy that good center of gravity.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm coming up a little bit because I don't like being so low. I don't want to be like my Scout driver.
Too small. Yeah, dude. So the video went out, what, Tuesday? Yeah. You guys put out videos. I put out mine on Tuesday.
Yep.
They're out there. You can see them. I did a build log at the end. I tried to put my best foot forward, and Kelly took a clip when we were in the woods that was enough fun. I thought, well, it's going to be hard to top that. Let me put it at the beginning. And I did my build stuff at the end.
You know, speaking of that clip, we need to do more of that, but it was kind of comical. And I wanted to ask, I mean, how's the the stunt double for Santa Claus coming along for you?
I've been going through some onboarding meetings via Teams on Microsoft. So, yeah, they told me to keep working on the belly and just wait for that beard to grow and keep it up.
Right on.
And
You know,
I'll be ready to rock.
If we keep going out trailing like that and 98% humidity and gnats and flies and mosquitoes and everything else, you're gonna have a hard time, man, with that belly. You're gonna be losing weight, brother. I think I lost 5 pounds that day.
You know what? Worst case scenario, if I have to strap one on, I will. I'll take it. It's a price I'm willing to pay. I would like to go out more. That day was fairly brutal, but I like it. And I feel like I dress proper. I mean, it was so hot. So I got, of course, full pants and long sleeves because that's what you wear when it's pushing 100.
Right.
But man, it's not dark. If it was dark, I'd be hot, but it reflects the sun, that stuff. So I wear the lightest stuff I got on days like that. And I don't get burned up either. And I can traverse through the weeds that are up to our chest.
Elbows. Yeah, no kidding. I couldn't believe that Kirk actually showed up with shorts on. He's a trooper. Man, because if there's poison ivy anywhere, I find it.
I got home and I usually don't spray down the trucks, but man, I sprayed down the truck and myself.
Yep.
Yeah,
I took the truck out back on the deck and hosed it down real good myself. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was a fun day. I was even telling you, I was like, man, I want to go back. I love those. Once everything gets green, there's nothing but the creek beds that you can get on and the regular pedestrian trails, which are kind of boring. But when there's not green, we have the whole woods to explore, and it's been a blast. But of course, it's colder weather,
right?
So we're confined to, and those are some of my favorite areas anyway. Especially after a big rain or a melt off, you get the terrain changes. And I love that creek bed stuff. I think it was so neat where we were in the mud, and then all of a sudden you can see where the sand just immediately starts to become everything.
Yeah, no, it's a great place with a lot of different features there for sure. Yeah, man. I'm busy. I'm busy trying to descale myself.
You're good. What do you mean? I got the camera way back just so, that kind of descale.
See, I put this virtual crap on here and this is what I get. There's myself.
Kelly got a 3D scanner. So
I got a new toy, everybody.
We're going to try to make ourselves. And what up? Fly 327 RC. Yes. And nailed it. Give it a like if you're here, whether it's now during the live or later on the replay, because it's about 1 million people watch this after the fact.
Dude, I was jumping up and down for joy when we had 1.2 million in there last week. It was great.
Yeah, that makes a difference in the world.
Bro, did you see that YouTube video I sent you a little while ago of Savage getting 3D printed out there? I don't know, LA or New York.
No, I just saw the thumbnail.
Dude, I got intrigued by it because this company started up and they're 3D printing. You stand in their scanner and it's got 70, I think it was 78 or 79 cameras, high resolution cameras, that it all goes off in one shot. And they're using a printer that's with like powder. And this, it's so, I don't even know the whole premise behind it or how it works, but the figurines that they make of you is intensely detailed.
Being able to
It's
take
just
that
so cool.
shot all at once helps really, I would imagine, eliminate any distortion.
Yeah,
Because it's
100%.
one shot, one
Yep.
point in time.
Yep.
You're not moving.
Yep. You don't have to stand there and hold still and start laughing like you were trying to do the other day when I was trying to scan you in the sunlight, which was stupid.
Because every one of these drivers, you can tell they're sitting still, and it looks like they're getting ready to get some kind of exam. The look on their face, and so my wife's like, because I told her you were going to do it, and she
Right?
said, "Smile," and I did, and I held it for way too long. It felt weird. It felt creepy.
Yeah.
I'll do it again for the gram. But
And what you want to do, too, I've been watching a lot of videos on this in my off time here. Been off this week on vacation and been playing with the scanner. But a lot of people say if you blink your eyes while you're trying to scan your face, it screws up everything. So everybody's like, just close your eyes, because I know you hate the mesh mix program that I use, but everybody resorts to that when they're busy working with these scanners, because it's got all these different brushes in there, and you can go in and you can actually extract out, and you can change the size of the brush for
nice.
like your eyeballs and stuff or whatever, and you can shrink things down. It's just, it's a different side of mesh mixer that I've never used before, but I have been playing with it this week, and it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
I just printed off. I realized I didn't have windshield wipers yet on my Chevy, so got to make that happen.
Got to have the wiper blades.
It's so nice printing off the little stuff, because I'm so used to these hour-long half-day prints that, something like that's like 10 minutes. And it's done. I'm like, oh, sweet.
Yep.
Now I just have to finish them, because I'll sand them and get a CA bath on them.
Ha!
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, did you put your Moonies on anything yet?
Oh, dude, I put them on the Chevy already. Yeah, because
how'd they fit?
Oh, fine, perfect.
Nice.
I do really like these, but I need to figure out how to magnet these on so I can take them off easy. I just glue them on. So I could pop them off from the backside, but what ends up happening is this chassis keeps these tires and so on.
Yep.
So something like the Moonies that are magnetically attached are a great idea, because I'd like to do something more old school or more Steelies to the Chevy. And if it were easier to take off and on, I may try to emulate more of the pedestrian kind of hubcap and yellow rim that this thing would have had.
Bro, you know what I need to do? We need
Kirk, what up?
Kirk, there he is. What I need to do is take a picture of those rims that are on that Snowstar and give that to Sean at work and let him 3D or laser them out of something like even brass, because then you're going to have weight down low.
Nice.
That's what I need to do, because he could easily replicate those ones that are on there and make them look really legit. And then you could just magnet those on, put magnets on the back and be done.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool, man. But shoot, this thing's done.
It's done.
My only regret, I a little bit wish I made the driver move, especially on one so big, like a truck that's big like this. It's easier to see if the guy moves than on a small one.
Right.
And I could still do it, but I'd have to break the steering wheel off. I just glued it on, and I'm happy with it. It's cool.
Right. I like Boss's comment that he's referring to from my comment of giving away SCX6 bodies.
Freaking.
If it's free, I'm in.
MMT Pros. What's up, Ryan Kelly in the chat? How are y'all doing this evening? Great. How are you? Thanks for coming by. We're rocking it. And I think there may be some discussion about what's next, because there will always be.
Yeah. I can throw out. I just made the decision on what my next build is going to be.
He didn't tell me. He said that there may be hints.
I will tell you this. I just started working on a 1983 Ford Econoline 150
van.
And the big hint is,
well, that's not. I mean, I know we know now.
What do you think it is?
The Mystery Machine.
Nope. My only other hint to everyone is
that you pity the fool.
There will be zero finish work to the actual plastic part of the body. There's the stumper.
Is this a TV or movie deal?
Let's go ahead, figure it out.
I didn't have cable, bro.
There.
If it's not the A-Team or the Mystery Machine, then
and I'm 40. I'll be 49 in December. And I think it was my senior year of high school, this movie came out, and I went to the movie theater, and I hate going to movie theaters. I went to the movie theater 6 times to see this movie because it's so freaking awesome.
What year van is it?
It's a 1980. Well, the one I'm printing is an 83. The actual van was 1984. It's Michael writes that it's not a Scooby van. Again, and there's zero finish work to the actual body. I'm gonna love this one. I know, Ryan, you'll figure it out.
I will sleuth it out, dude. Hold on.
I'll play the Jeopardy song in the background if you want me to. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this next one that we're talking about, and it should be fairly easy to do. And so much so, Ryan, I may actually have to look into the Arlarlo 5.7-inch tires.
That makes sense.
Just to make it somewhat. Writes a P. Diddy van. Yeah, it's going to be white with dark windows.
It doesn't have ears, does it?
The dad, what's up? It is what I'm doing is a 1983 Ford van, Econoline 150. But the actual, in the movie, they used a 1984.
It drives me crazy.
It is going to be awesome.
The Dumb and Dumber van has like ears and like a tongue and a mouth and stuff.
The what?
Dumb and Dumber. I don't bet that's it.
Should I just say it?
No.
Winner, chicken dinner. I am officially doing a Mutt Cuts truck.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said winner, chicken dinner.
Okay,
I'm doing a shaggin' wagon.
Are you putting all that stuff on it?
Yeah, I just ordered the inch was like 1.8 inch beige shag carpet. I'm gonna put on it.
What?
Come on, dude! It's fun. It's real. It's cool. I'm gonna be running through the woods with a shaggin' wagon, bro.
You're gonna get burrs on it.
Perfect.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, that was the first thing that came up for me.
And it took you this long because you just were like, "There's no."
Because I looked at it and I'm like, "No way, that's it." It was the first thing that popped up, and I'm like, no way. Mutt cuts.
Yeah, bro. And you know what? I'm gonna do the left leg on the driver's side that kicks up, just like the movie. Put gas in it. I mean, how cool is that? Let's do a shaggin' wagon. Come on.
You can. I'm not. That's cool. That was literally the first one that came up, and I'm like, surely not.
MMT Pros, yeah. It's actually Creighton 8S. Ryan, do you still have access that you could play one of the videos of us running my 8S up there at the shop, jumping it and stuff?
Let me look back in
Still
the
have that?
brilliant archives of my Instagram.
I know it's on your Insta.
My Instagram.
Oh,
I
that's
used
cool.
to do it a lot.
Boss says that there's a guy around there that's got a real Scoopy wagon. Heck yeah. Yeah. The shaggin' wagon, man. Well, SCX6 shaggin' wagon.
I wonder if this will let me send it. Hold on. I found it. I found it.
You know, I still have the video on. I'm pretty sure I still have the video in my phone that I could actually text you that video. If that would be easier.
Holes in the front, just a little. Trim the back. It's factory, dude. Send it.
Send it.
I'm hoping I can get this one because this one's edited. I think I can. I think I can show it to the guys.
Right on. It seems like there's some interest there wanting to see it with the infraction body on it.
Yeah, you were backflipping it and stuff.
Yeah, dude, we were beating it up.
Yeah, that's right. I got to drive it too. That thing got 8,000 views or something.
Nice.
Let's see. Did it go to my? Dang it. I don't think it showed up. If it did, it showed up like
super modified
pair to.
Yeah. The mystery machine is a cool wagon for sure, but man, I just couldn't help myself. Being able to put almost a 2-inch shag carpet on this thing is gonna be sick. That's right, MMT. Thanks. 7 likes with 12 watching. Let's go.
All right. I think I maybe.
Sorry to make this inconvenient for you, Ryan, but there was several people that kind of wanted to see it in action, and we need to get out and do some bashing with these things anyway.
And I want to fly something.
Yeah.
I actually had somebody see the story from our outing, and not only were they so distraught that I'm not flying airplanes, but they gave it a mean face, like the mad on fire, smoke out the ear face.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean,
no, it's just funny and it's cool, and I actually appreciate that to a degree. But I'm also like, it's my life.
Yeah, but everybody knows you, with all the airplane stuff. So, this is kind of a switch up.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the rough transition to make.
But we do need to get out and do some flying for sure.
Let me see if I can share this.
Yeah, boss, I do too, man.
I know it. Well, hey, companies had a chance to get me flying all the time for them, selling their stuff, and they didn't take the bait. And so, like, you got to move on and do what makes you happy and not what makes you crappy, if you know what I'm saying.
Scrappy? Like scrappy, crappy? There it is.
You have to go back to the Instagram if you want to listen to the commentary, but it's on my reels. My
This thing's got-
Instagram has way more people than my YouTube does, which is crazy. But if you look at stuff like this, you can see why, I guess.
There's a lot of rods out there like this that are hopped up even hotter. But, you know, like I said before in a live stream back a month or so ago, I bought 2 of these Creighton rollers and shoved one to my brother and said, you do what you want to do on it, and I'm going to do what I want. And this one, mine is...
Bro, that must have been me driving there.
Bro, come on.
Y'all want to see me flying? There it is. Look at the oval, dude, ripping the drift.
Yeah, that thing's a beast. Those things are just so wild and crazy and big. But anyway, so I've got a castle, a castle set up in mine. It's I think I got 800 kV in it. It's not super wild fast. It's got a ton of torque. And I think I just have the Mamba X ESC in it, but it's plenty enough wild for what I want. And that infraction body, I had that wild idea, and
cool.
That's probably where I started getting crazy about, oh, let's do a 3D printed body on these crawlers, you know, because I was like, you know, I don't like the stock Creighton body on it, and it holds up pretty good, surprisingly. But did a little bit of fab work on the back of it to get it to fit around the shock towers and stuff, or the wing.
It's always impressive to me to see those 30-pound trucks have enough gusto to pull backflips.
Yeah. But you know what? This thing flies better than the 6S Creighton does. I think it's just got more centrifugal force on the wheels because they're bigger and heavier, and everything seems to fly better with it and reacts better on the throttle, in my opinion.
Well, your Creighton needed calibrated, dude. It was a mess on the throttle. It was.
Again, well, that's, you know, my style of driving is different than yours, and how I like to feel the trigger and stuff than what Kirk is and anyone else. So
yeah, but I mean, calibration is not style. That's like, does the throttle work when you tell it to? Because I tried to drive that thing on that radio, and you couldn't jump it because you didn't have it when you wanted it.
Huh.
So I recalibrated it, and it was good to go, right? Even on the stock radio, just went through the thing. And then because if you don't have the trigger where you want it, you can't fly good in the air.
Gotcha. So you just did a full forward and reverse calibration?
Whatever. Yeah, they're different on certain things, but that's basically the idea. Just teach it endpoints.
That's crazy, bro, because that thing, I did absolutely nothing to that thing. It was right out of the box stock.
It can be that way, and it's actually not hard to do it by accident. I mean, you turn it on backwards one time and check something, you instantly could have been, for whatever reason, it needed it.
Nice.
And then it was a different animal. Yeah, it was hell one day, and then I fixed it, and then it was good. I love the 6S Creighton, man. A lot. Your 8S has enough ass to actually be fun.
Right? Dude, that Castle 800 KV is just... But I will say this, that Hobby Wing, that 1200 or 1100 KV that my brother's got in his, dude, that thing is just wild. Wild.
Well, I remember driving the Notorious when they were brand new, the red one before they did the EXB, the 8S, and I sent it. There's videos on the channel, and you basher guys, check out the RC Truck playlist. It's not just crawlers. Like, I sent some stuff. The Baja Ray, Super Baja Ray, the big 8S Notorious, 6S Creightons, that kind of stuff. And yeah, but when I drove that Notorious, I drove it stock, and then I'm like, man, this needs something. And you can up the punch on them.
Yep.
And so I did. I jacked the punch up, and all of a sudden it was so much better, even on stock equipment, just going through the process of doing that made it a different animal.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I bananaed all the shock shafts on that thing because I sent it at that BMX track. Yeah.
Nice.
Big arrow, baby.
KW79, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the likes on the videos. Dude, we were not joking, man. We were out there sweating our butts off trying to get that stuff done out there.
We couldn't wait,
hot,
man,
muggy
because
day.
we were planning on getting this thing out a week or two previous, and it just didn't work out, scheduling such. And I'm out of town this weekend too. But I was so glad to finally get out, and I took Monday off, so I didn't fly Monday night because I was busy editing the video, so it was ready to rock Tuesday and recovering.
Right. MMT, yeah, no, have not crossed the creek yet. I was kind of really wanting to, but it was so. I'm glad I didn't take any of the bashers out there with us. It would have been a nightmare pulling the trailer and get back there. And on top of that, that sand area back there where that beach is at,
there's no run up anymore.
It was so overgrown with shrubs and stuff. It was crazy.
There's no run up anymore. You need a big open, shallow approach and departure to a puddle or a pond.
Right. Yep.
Even if you did it, you would have been hitting a 90-degree wall on the other side.
Uh-oh. MMT is going to switch accounts so we know who he is. Bro, you know what? If I had a good enough starting point out here on the river, dude, I'd let you, because you're good with the trigger. I would put a rope, like a 30-foot rope in a buoy on the back of that big Crate 8S, and I'd drive the boat, and you'd sit on the boat, and we would go up river, dude, with that thing. Because I'm trying to remember. I looked it up. I forget what the longest stretch is for anybody to run an RC car across the water, but I think 1.5 miles would get it done, bro. We just hammer it and go.
You think the battery would last that long?
I don't know. That or the electronics would go.
Most of the time, it seems like when anyone does that, they are full in it.
Oh, so dude, is that Ty? MMT Pros?
Okay. Yeah.
You never know which angle he's coming from.
I thought it might. My new Super Habu has arrived. Sweet, boss.
Nice.
I've seen some 3D printed jet boats 1/6 scale as well. That 6 scale pro boat would be perfect for where we drive the water around where we're at. I do like Algo Creek. I like that spot.
Gotcha, Ty. Yeah, no, it is a good place. And you could get some really good video running those jet boats around in that creek down there. That'd be great. Where that Swan was parked out at. Yeah. That would be a great place to do some video of one of those. I always thought it'd be fun to have a kayak out here, because sorry guys, I hate kayaks. Everybody's like, why don't you get kayaks? I'm like, my kayak goes 55 miles an hour and it's this.
There you go.
And
watch me whip.
To get a kayak and mount like 4 jet cats or something, like turbines on the back of it, light them up and go up river at like 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday.
I got my little 32-inch or whatever it is recoil that I need to take back out again. But I do want to fly something. I need you guys to go with me though, because the hack cam is not going to do it.
Right. Yep. Honestly, I would try just running an iPhone to take a video. I mean, look at was it Brian? Yeah, was it Brian and his wife that were using like a cell phone? They use a cell phone to take all of his videos,
which blows my mind. I don't. Maybe iPhone doesn't have the zoom the Samsung does, but because anytime I've tried to zoom in on those, it gets real grainy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just done hundreds and hundreds of flying videos, dude. Even with a good camera, half the time you're not getting it close enough. Unless you're on those the right in front of you passes. So it's like I just already know. I mean, a phone's better than nothing for sure.
Yep. It's dude, I'll tell you, man, it's hard to see the airplanes in that viewfinder of your camera that you got, your big honking camera. It would take me some time to get used to that.
The iCup?
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, the iCup's nice because you don't get the sun screwing up the LCD screen. But yeah,
for sure.
If you get too close, it's easy to lose it. I mean, there's again, I've done a ton, and so
that's why I was shocked when I tried your camera, and then I was like, man, I watched your video. I think it was you and Bobby flying the V1200 when you guys did the video on that. I'm like, how in the absolute hell are they keeping up with that thing?
Well, talking about flying ahead of the plane, if you're filming it, you got to be ahead of it.
Yep.
More.
Speaking of,
Chris,
I not talk planes, but we should. But I still got a V1200 upstairs that's brand new, never been used.
Oh man, classic.
Still to this day.
That Sportix is a lot of fun, man. You ought to beat that one around with me someday.
Let's do it.
I need to get some of these new ones done.
Let's go. I would love to try one of them big. What was that I was telling you about? Was it an Albatross or a PBY or whatever? That PBY, Catalina.
Oh yeah. The Hobby King
retractable struts out there on the wings. Man, that thing looks nice.
It does look pretty good, dude.
And the bigger the better, right? That's why I'm like, forget about 1/10 scale stuff. I'm done with that. Let's just do 1/6 scale. And dude, that 2.1 meter, that's a bird. I would love to get my hands on one of those.
Yeah, it looks good. And it isn't very often that I'll go for Hobby King, but I did the MiG 17, and that big Catalina would be pretty sweet, especially for you.
Yeah, dude, I'm like 30 foot from the boat, dude, sitting right here. And this is a nice place down here to fly off the water because it's wide. You don't have to worry about hurting anybody or anything. And the boaters love it. Dude, they'd love it when you go inverted and just cruise right above them.
That's awesome.
That's way
better than them not liking it.
Yeah, I have never come across a boater out here that doesn't find it fascinating. They're just like, that's cool. Need to put some we need to duct tape some Roman candles to the end of something and go out here and fly around in the evening here in 2 days. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. I saw a guy in the batter's box trying to hit Roman candles that were being shot at him the other day. I get a lot of baseball content, and dude was trying to hit Roman candle pitches.
Nice.
Yeah, the best part was when it came inside on him.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I bet. Ouch. Nice.
So, dude, I can't believe it. So you're going to have to, once a year, you're going to have to call Stanley Steamer to clean your van once you're done with it. On the outside.
Dude, when I went on Amazon, and it's like, all right, I got the files for the
if you're not careful, you're going to mess around and start getting into puppeteering. I will not go down that rabbit hole with you. I promise.
Dude, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for a driver in this thing. I mean, dude, it's going to be hard to find a Harry.
They're probably out there. Nika.
Probably.
That company, NECA, makes a lot of famous figures from like TV and movies. I would look there. But man, it's a van. So the windows are little. You can get away with a lot there.
Oh yeah. But to answer your question, yeah. the shag's going to get a little dirty. But I went on Amazon. First thing I found was like a 4x6 shag carpet rug that it's like 1.8 inches long and it's beige. It's going to be perfect for it. I mean, come on, Ryan. If we're into this, man, let's get after it. A shaggin' wagon? Let's go.
You do it, man. You do it. There will not be a build off on that one, but that's cool.
So hold up. Let's see. Chris installing the G-Speed GS6 links an SOA mount right now to get the frame up on the wheels. Sweet.
Turbo on axle.
That thing, dude, it's going to be awesome. What else is here? Urban says his screen's jacked up. KW79. Did you guys stretch the Scout bodies at all? Ryan did his at a different scale, slightly. I think it was 7% bigger than mine. What was the scale on that? Do you remember?
Yep, 176.9 on the width and the height, and I wrote it down.
That's right. We did change that, didn't we?
Just a little bit on mine because my wheelbase is just a tick longer.
Well, but I did the same thing on mine. I shortened the height up on mine because I didn't want it to be so tall. I can go look.
I think I want to say 208.35. Yep, I nailed it. So nice. 176.9 wide and tall and 208.35 long. And you did, because this is what my numbers were to start with.
I'm going to go look.
But I knew I had I know what they are. They're right here. I knew I had a longer wheelbase just by a little. So Kelly did 171.9 wide and tall, and then 203.54 long.
Yep.
So the answer to the question is yes, we did stretch them a little bit. And my numbers are built off of his. He had already scaled it to work good with the wheelbase. And normally, there's not a difference. Normally, it would be 171.9, all three XYZ. But in this case, he nailed it by making that small adjustment, because otherwise it would have got too wide and too tall, like you said.
Yep.
So you can't tell by looking at these, but we tweaked them.
Yep, had to.
And then I just tweaked mine the same, but a little bigger.
Fly 327 RC. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in and seeing us.
I'm only 5 numerics bigger than you. So if you're 171.9, I'm 176.
Yep.
And then I added 5 to your 203, basically.
Yep. You nailed it, because I just went and looked, because I always keep a master file on my computer of everything that I do of scale. So that way, if I do another one, then I know where I'm at with everything.
I still remember 115.41 for my little Travelall. And yeah.
The dad. You do you. Ryan wants no part of that build. He's talking about the shaggin' wagon.
Nailed it.
I mean, come on, dude.
Go ahead.
Can you imagine out in the county park somewhere with like a bunch of people with their dogs, and you drive this thing around? Dude, they're going to think it's like an animal. It's going to be great. Yep.
I mean, my front clip, if anything, is smaller because my body's longer. So is Kelly's body, just a little bit longer. We're in scale proportions, except we stretched them out. So if anything, it's just a little longer. Tall.
Yeah, because of your wheelbase. Yep.
And yours is longer, by a little bit.
There, you guys can see.
But
but mine looks different just because it's so much different looking in person. when we got both of them sitting next to each other, just because I'm open air and you're box back.
Open air, box back, and then this color I did is crazy.
It makes a big difference.
Bro, those Snowstar decals, Kirk hooked me up, man.
Yeah, he did.
I couldn't get this far and then not go the rest of the way. I was willing to have Callie make them for me. And you were like, dude, hit up Kirk because he's got a gal that can do them.
Yep, and she killed it.
She nailed it. I mean, I'm over the moon.
I'm gonna have her make my mutt cuts labels.
Well, now I'm thinking up something for the door on my Chevy. I need something on the door of my Chevy, and my big red panel on the little one and the big one needs something. It's just too much real estate not to do something.
So more important, Ryan, what is your next build based off of a movie theme?
How can I not do something on these back, at least the back panel of the window?
Well, you should. I mean, like Dewey Cheatham and Howell law offices or something. I mean, you got to do something on there.
I want to do something cheeky, and I keep thinking of cool stuff, and then I forget.
Bro, just make a stencil and just spray it on.
Why? If the stickers are so good, my gosh.
Yeah, but the stencil doesn't come off. I'm not saying the stickers wouldn't, but dude,
stencils are awesome if I can come up with the right thing.
Right.
But like,
so
I think I want to kind of get cheeky with some kind of conspiracy, like reptilian dog catcher or something like that.
Oh my gosh. All right. So again, I'm going to ask, what are you going to do that is a movie theme that you can roll out on the SCX6 chassis?
Okay. I thought you were going to ask me what's next.
That's what I'm asking.
I'm doing this 1984. I'm going to do a 1984 Econoline stuffed animal.
Guys, I'm sorry. I just, you know what? It just
don't be sorry. I think it'll be fantastic. And there's only, and it's like the Highlander. There can only be one.
Dude, it's like driving that thing through the woods with its ears flopping around. Come on, dude, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be great.
That will be fun to watch.
Dude, we're losing people, man. I start talking about the shaggin' wagon, and they're like, "Yeah, this dude's nuts. We're out of here." Victor, what's up, man?
I've got different answers for what would be next and what conceivably would be a next project.
See, Kirk, he's on board with this. It'll be epic. It will be.
That's cool.
So that's the theme, ladies and gentlemen. The next build needs to be your favorite movie. You know, you could finish your Tremors truck. You know, that could be yours.
Yeah, because this little one's got to go.
Dude, we need to do a movie theme. Kirk needs to jump on this too. We need to do something, or a TV show theme or something. A big Sanford and Sons truck, or you know, something. That's got to be the next one.
Here's my problem. In my mind, I was thinking about finishing off some 10 scale projects. Because this Scout, I do not want to I mean, it's easy to take them off the chassis, but I just got done with it.
Buy another chassis.
That's easier said than done, though, right?
Right.
And the Chevy, I really like, has only driven once, and they're easy to undo. They are. But I don't want to undo either one of them. I already have. Listen, I want to drive the Ford. That's my Basher version, 6. That thing is actually fantastic, bro. That 250 is 69 250 is so much fun.
It is. It's a bashing wagon. I get it.
A Basher, bro.
You know, and depends on where we go and what we're doing.
That's right. And I
You know,
won't. This is capable. It did it, but I'm not bashing it. I'm not bashing the Chevy a lot.
The
I'm
dog
definitely not
fiddlings.
bashing the travel all though.
Like if we go to France Park and we're going to get crazy on some rocks or whatever, yeah, or out in the middle of the woods where it's really really thick, you won't see my bug truck there. We got our favorites, just
This
like
thing
your
was bulldozed,
scout.
and our scouts were bulldozed in the weeds this Monday.
Oh, for sure, they were plowing a path for us to walk.
And bro, Kirk's Power Wagon looks so good. I was thinking about making one, but I don't want to. I mean, I thought about it. There's a crew cab version that looks meaner than hell too.
Yep, I saw that. It's on You Imagine.
I was looking for Toyotas, Chris, because I'd like to do another truck, but I couldn't find. I could find like bits for Toyotas, but not like bodies for Toyotas.
Why don't you do it?
So the truck that's in National Lampoon's Family Vacation is the same truck that's in another like Kurt Russell movie or something.
Overboard.
Crew cab Dodge Power Wagon, I think,
Right.
or L300 or DW300 or something. What'd you say that movie was called?
Overboard.
Overboard. Yeah,
with Goldie Hawn.
I actually considered that truck. I was shopping last night, and I considered the Travelette version of the Travelall, which has got a truck bed in it, and still a crew cab.
Yep.
But man, I've done 2 Travelalls already, so I'm like,
you know what, Broseph, Kirk's saying that it's gonna be a tough one to choose what to do. Somebody needs to do the transpo bus from Speed. That'd be a good one for Chris. There you go, Chris. Join us. You get that real long chassis going. Build a transpo bus, a metro bus.
I mean, I do have this trimmer's truck here sitting, so that would be a good one. Or that crew cab Dodge is kind of
do a box fan like FedEx or UPS or something. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. Not interested. I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just not. My boxy stuff is enough. The box backs.
I gotta tell you, I was actually at one point really considering doing a body from Christmas Vacation that Chevy Chase drives.
The station wagon?
Yep.
I think that's on a bash.
Brother, you know what? That would look good with those 5.7 RR low tires on one of these chassis. It would make it more scale and bring it down a little bit. But yeah, that thing is so ugly, but it's so cool. Spaceballs. Yeah, Mr. Ramsey. We were talking about that back, what was that, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Of doing a Winnebago Spaceballs truck.
That's the thing, man. I could finish up the Unimog. I could make a big Unimog. I could finish up the Golden Nugget. And these are, 10 scale. I could put a roof on the Winnebago.
You see Chris's comment? He's got 10 spools of black that'll be there Saturday. Transpo bus, here we go.
There you go.
Nice.
There are some weird bread truck kind of looking things that if I would do that before I would do a van. If I was going to do one. But man, you just know it's top heavy from the get-go.
Do a little Debbie truck. It can follow along right behind my shaggin' wagon.
Or the Oscar Mayer Wiener deal.
Oh. Now that would be cool.
Would it? Would it?
I think it would be.
Not me.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
cannot do it. That I know how much time I spend on these things. There's no way in hell I'm sitting outside where the kids and the neighborhood, whatever, is going to see me standing on a hot dog for 2 or 3 weeks, bro.
That's awesome.
Never,
Oscar Mayer, baby.
never.
Yeah, KW79. I saw your comment about National Lampoon's Family Truckster. That's what made me think of the station wagon. And you could put the old lady that's dead up on the roof, man. You could get really, really dialed in on that thing. The 85 Toyota SR5 from Back to the Future. Yep. There you go. That would be a nice, easy one to do.
I would like to do a Toyota.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at, I think it's the same one as my FMS, but I saw a file for like an LC80 or something.
Yeah. And there's files out there for DeLoreans too. Now you're talking about Back to the Future.
For a car, it'd be awesome. For a basher or street.
Yeah, no bueno.
For sure. Let's see, dude. Yeah, and are you talking about the black Toyota?
Yep.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be killer.
I was in was that in Back to the Future Part 1?
I don't think it was 1. It may have been 2.
Part 2. Yeah.
I don't think he got that truck in the first. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, that would be a nice, fun build, and it would fit really nice on one of these 6s too.
Well, and it ended up being really big.
Yeah. Yep. That'd
Um,
be fantastic.
Here's an SR5 without the crew cab. You're not gonna be able to see it. Yeah, those look cool.
I think that Biz Rodney's got that truck on his
Toyota.
I think so.
Nope. Guarantee it he doesn't, because I looked through his stuff twice yesterday.
Oh, I thought I saw one on there.
Nope. There's little Jeeps trucks. Like Comanche.
Yeah, I saw those.
Which I actually thought about.
Bro, that's why I'm saying I actually at one point thought about doing what was that? Was that a Comanche? No, not a Comanche. What was the 4-door, the older Jeep, not Cherokee, Wagoneer?
Those are cool too. The files that I got are predetermined for like 10 scale and 8 scale from him. Now, when I say 10 scale, they were, I think, built around a 10 scale Tamiya or something, because the wheelbase was like 11 something. And I'm like, I needed 13. So I had to scale up my 10 scale version, and I had to scale up the 8 scale version to make it work on these chassis.
Sometimes when I get files, there's, my gosh, they go all the way down to like 164th or 148, all the way up to like 110.
Yeah. I worry about those files that are designed for really small stuff.
Yep. So like this van, usually the files a lot of times will have the whole entire body together. Yeah. And these files, there's 5 sections to the body of the van. And I actually had to pull those into your favorite program, Ryan, Mesh Mixer. And I had to mesh them things all together in order to do what I do to find scale and get rid of the front and the rear pieces. And then saved it. I, married everything together and saved it and brought it into my printer software so I could figure out what the scale had to be. So it's like 158.42 gets me. It's 14, right at almost 14 inches wide. So it'll be a big dog, literally.
Yeah, that's gonna be big.
It's gonna be like it'll be like a travel all.
Yeah, that thing's a monster.
Good afternoon, Wild Bill. How are you? If you do the Oscar Mayer, it's got to be a speed build. Heck yeah.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Bill. Not gonna happen.
You know what? Maybe I'll do the Wienermobile.
Yeah, there's no
And
way.
then I'm gonna, you know what? If I do that, then I'll take and convert one of my trailers I got that Kirk made for me, and I'll put a infrared grill on it. So when we go out driving, we'll just cook some Oscar Mayer hot dogs on it.
Awesome.
Take it one step farther.
Well, dude, do you remember the base camp builds that Matt and Josh did? Josh was cooking.
Yep.
Cooking
He was doing cookies or something in his one, or pizzas.
Bro, I think he did pizza, and I think he like grilled those Uncrustables.
Yeah.
Peanut
When I
butter.
said that, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And I'm surprised that he made it so well that it didn't melt the dang chassis or the body. It's impressive.
The masonry is what really, sets it off.
Yeah, for sure.
I think.
Yep.
Man, I was doing a tile job years ago, one of my first tile jobs, and this is before I had my own tile saw. And man, I used to, when I worked on these rental properties, I started off mowing the grass, and then they're like, "Can you paint it?" And I'm like, "Sure." Then they're like, "Can you fix the walls? There's holes in it." I'm like, "Sure." I always said sure, even though I had never done it before.
To everything.
And so, well, yeah, it's how I learned.
Yep.
And so, can you do tile? I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think so on that one. But sure. You just have to just show me how once for a minute, and then I'll run with it. I'm confident in myself. And so I nailed it, by the way, but I didn't have a tile machine yet. I had the thing to score it and snap them, but anything compound, I didn't have a grinder. I didn't have a wet saw. I had nothing. So every time I had to do a cut, I had to run to Lowe's and have them cut it for me.
Oh no.
And then there were times where, okay, I didn't get it right. I got to go back. So here I got all these cut pieces, and sometimes there'd be mortar on them already. And I had this old car that I didn't care much about. And by the time I was done doing that kitchen and breezeway, the whole floor of this car had tile in it. Like a mosaic.
That's hilarious.
It's so not. But yeah, what else are you going to do with them?
There you go. There's an idea.
The car. I mean, the car I probably got for $150. So, yeah, I've always had really. I've got more money in RCs than the car I drive. I mean, it's just how it goes. So it was easy to tile the floor of this old Nissan, whatever it was.
Don't let him tell a fib, everybody. He's got hybrid windows in his truck.
Hybrid, yeah. I gotta hit the button and pull it up at the same time.
That's awesome.
While I hold it back. And then at this point, I don't even freak out. Like I smash my fingers in it all the time. And it's just no big deal. Just back it off a little bit. You try not to mess with a window when you're driving because you don't want to get stuck in there.
Right.
So,
no kidding.
Yeah. But stoplights, yeah.
Right.
I got figured out. I can, that window is not operational, but I'm able to operate it because that's where I come from.
It's perfect. And you know what? I really, really miss having manual roll up and down windows.
Does anybody remember those ever failing?
Never failed.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's always the other stuff.
Yep. Chris, thanks, man. You posted new pics onto the RC Fab Factory page. We'll have to go check them out. Kirk is saying he'll build a trailer to haul my small gas grill. Sweet. We should really be doing that. If we're going out and woods for 4 hours. We should be adding in a cookout somewhere along the way.
Especially once it gets nicer. Like, I think we were all ready to get out of the woods a little bit. We none of us changed our batteries.
Nope. And I had 20. I guess I didn't check how much I had left. It had to have been about dead, though. I mean, we were out there for what? Good 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
So fun.
But we weren't beating on them, though. You know, we weren't really getting hard into the throttle on them. So it's hard for me to believe that you made it as far as you did on, what do you have, a 5,000?
Yep.
Yeah, and Kirk and I were both running 10,000s, and usually at 2.5 hours, we're about down to the final 10%.
But man, think about this too, though, because of how green it is. We spent a lot of time on the pedestrian trails before we ever got to anything that was going to work the trucks.
Right.
And it was like just kind of wet. So we all had fantastic traction. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
That traction, bro, I don't know if I spun the wheels hardly ever that day. And you saw that clip that I thought I lost going down the hill?
Yeah.
I cut out the part where I fell in the hole, and you can't really tell that it was life or death right there. But
yeah, it was pretty nasty.
When I say fall in a hole, you're underestimating it in your mind. I already know. When I fell in this hole, I was filming down a hill, walking backwards. One leg goes in this hole, and it's like, sit down. If it wasn't for my butt and my other leg still being outside of the hole, I would have came out in China.
Dude, it was going to consume you. Totally.
Yeah.
I wish, and you know what? We're always saying, man, I wish I had my camera rolling. Why am I not B-rolling on this? I wish I would have had my camera going because I would have caught it.
Oh, that'd have been great, me falling in the hole. And what's funny to me is, like, I fall in the hole and I don't miss a beat, though. I keep filming.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, it's not rolling. And then it made me think, I just lost that whole sequence. I wasn't filming at all. But what happened is when all that, I fell in the hole and everything happened, I turned off the camera somehow. So I turned it back on and picked right up, you know, basically. But even before I realized the camera was off, like, I fell in the hole. There's like, and a shake, and that's it. And then the next shot is I realized the camera was off, and I had thought I lost it. So when I was going through the footage, I was like, I was glad to have had that still. But of course, you don't see me falling in the hole. You just see the camera shot drop a couple feet real fast.
All I saw was your arms, a radio, and the selfie stick.
Yeah. Like, they're here and then they're here.
Right. Chris says got the links installed and put it next to my SBR2. Sweet.
Yeah, so
I'm really looking forward to seeing this thing done and run, because that thing is a long big beast. I forgot. Didn't Chris say it was? Chris, didn't you say it was 37 or 37.5 inches long, the chassis?
I think so.
This thing is crazy. Yep, it's set for a bus, transport bus.
I'm gonna go look at it right now.
He's gonna have a mobile trolley car, man. That's what that's gonna be.
Golly.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
37-inch chassis and 42-inch body. No wonder why you got 10 more rolls of filament coming. Holy cow.
And that SBR is not a small vehicle. Did you
I'm
see?
actually, I'm switching gears and going and looking real quick. I want to see it.
Wow.
Holy cow. Dude,
That's
that thing looks awesome.
Man, that thing is so long, the tires look small.
I know. Wow.
I mean, not in a bad way. They look perfect, but you know what I mean. I was even looking at you guys got to go over to RC3D Fab Factory, check out what Chris is working on.
For sure. So I see. So are those still the original links?
No, I think they
Looks
are.
like they are.
Yeah,
Man,
it's like,
those.
I think he split the skid up so he could use them.
That is gonna just
That's
be
super smart.
beast. Those tires, yeah. Holy cow! You see the picture of the body on it?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, those look like 2.2s
serious.
on ours. That's crazy.
That's cool.
It is cool. Wow. 2
Are
thumbs
you?
up for that.
Is that your ride height?
That's what I was going to ask. It looks like he can.
Oh, he took off the shock towers in the back. See that?
Oh, yep. Well, that's interesting.
I'm thinking, and you see that one shot where he's got why it's sitting so high is because the little bit of the bed is sitting on the back of the chassis cross member.
Yep. And the
But
rails.
if he gave his shock towers back, he could tuck those wheels up if he wanted to, easy. Yeah, you've got a lot to think about, but that's pretty cool. What's holding it up in the front? Anything? Yeah, I see you mounted them right to the frame. Everybody's got their own way. I think that's what's neat. And a lot of times I'll have an idea in my mind and I try it and it's like, that's not going to work. And so I'll pivot.
I actually had thought at one point when, we're talking about all of these pickup trucks that we're doing and having to cut the damn floor out of the bed to make everything fit. One thing I thought about doing at one point was taking the shocks and laying them down aft and get rid of the shock towers and lay them down. I mean, unless you're pulling a trailer, like my trailer really weights it down because of that box on the front of it that I got all my tools in. So that way I don't have to carry my backpack.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing that, you can lay the things down, put heavier shock oil in them. Shock towers in the front, holding it up. Going to mount it using the rear body mounts from. Sweet. That's just so cool, man, to see those pictures. Thanks for putting those on the Facebook page, Chris, because it's cool to see what you're doing with that. Keep us updated. It's sharp.
It is.
Ryan, you must be really in deep thought over there. You're not saying much.
I'm trying to figure out his project.
Oh, he's going to bolt the bed to the frame.
Yeah. There's lots of, you got so much room. There's loads of opportunity to do all kinds of things. All kinds of things. And I think sometimes we have to just resolve to the fact that we're going to lose some of the truck bed. You can't hardly have them high enough to keep it. And when you do, you have to make so many other concessions. It's like, oh my gosh. And And look, this is just how my brain works. I'm just talking, but it's hard to tell. But it looks like the pinion angles. It's pretty good. I thought it was intense, but it's actually pretty good. The pinion angle, it's in line with the way the drive shaft would have to meet the transfer, the transmission. So that's pretty good, and they can handle a little bit off.
Yeah, and I mean, just whatever length he's going to make custom. He's going to have to make custom links, I believe, for the tops.
Oh, I see.
So,
bro, I'm telling you,
bottoms.
I want to see what he does, but I tell you what I would do. Because he's still got a shock tower in the front, but the shocks are on the frame in the front as well. So that's how he got that ride height. I see now what's happened. If it's me, bro, I'm putting the shock towers back in the back and bringing the shocks back up close to stock or stock location.
Oh, to bring the body down?
Yeah.
Well, let's just, you know what? He's dude, that's what's cool about this.
Hey,
he's doing his thing.
If you want to put dog ears on it, by all means.
Jeez.
Go
man,
ahead.
Dude, come on, man. Stop dissing my dog, man.
Come on, bro.
You know what, bro?
You gotta, you've opened yourself up with that,
bro. You know what? I could do the same thing Chris is doing and just extend the living hell out of that truck, that chassis, and then I could have me a wiener dog shagging wagon, man. I could pimp that thing out and extend it. Yep.
I'm gonna scale to what I am working with if I can help it.
Right. But he is going to outer limits, man.
He's already there. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why
yeah. Ryan and I both have seen the Twisted Fab guys with the leaf springs.
Yeah.
It's cool. I would love to be able to just make some leaf springs. I still am going to do it at some point and put them on the back of probably both of my truck chassis.
They're doing 10 scale stuff too, and it's pretty killer. I mean, they're getting major flex out of leaf setups.
Yeah, they are.
I think it'd be great to have on the back of these trucks, so we didn't have to cut into the beds.
Chris, what kind of drive shafts are you buying for that? I'm curious.
Socket extenders.
Oh.
Quarter-inch drive.
There's that.
Socket. Yeah.
There's that. Yeah, I'd be curious because there's just not much out there for the SCX6 chassis.
This is the one time you can justify buying Amazon socket extenders.
Harbor Freight, baby.
And Vidavon. 29 centimeters. Holy mackerel. Mother of mercy.
Oh my gosh.
You got to take out a reverse mortgage to do that Vidavon stuff, don't you?
Holy cow. Did you get those from Joe at Exo Cage? Because I think he's like a dealer for Vidavon or something now. And Exo Cage, if you look at his stuff, it's like, holy cow. He's got so much money wrapped up in Vidavon stuff on his rigs. I mean, it's just, they're beautiful, but my gosh, there's a lot of money there.
Yeah, I mean, they're feeding them that stuff, right?
Yeah, probably so at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing, if I had to guess, Chris probably got those from Exo. Because I think what was it? A 110 scale, just a straight axle housing with nothing in it, just a bare bone axle housing. It's like about $300.
Jeez, that's crazy.
No, he didn't show it.
Yeah, I haven't used any of that stuff. I mean, my stock equipment holds up.
Right? Oh, so you went right straight to Vidavon? Cool. He goes to Halloween Haul and Crawl. Yeah, he was down at Axial Fest last summer when Kirk and I and Sean went down there, and I didn't meet him or see him. I saw his car and his tent set up there.
Nice. Yeah, those Primal trucks are crazy. They've got electric versions of those now too.
Dude, that Raminator thing he's got, holy cow.
I'm surprised Traxxas hasn't come out with one this size.
Oh, just for competition wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, we talked about our Larlos getting close. Theirs is a little bit smaller, but there's a lot of features packed in for a price point that you can't beat with that thing.
Did you see the new one they promoted a lot lately? It's like it's basic. It looks like a Cherokee, but it's like a Nissan. It looks a little Euro because it's not super familiar to us, but it looks a lot like Cherokee, but it's like some kind of Nissan is what that new Larlo is.
Gotcha.
But they're still like 1/7 scale, so they're definitely not as big, but they're close to these. And they're definitely bigger than 10th.
I'm actually going to their website. Yeah.
I want one, dude. I want
Bro, I really think that I need to get a set of these 5.7 tires.
Yeah, so they got 5.7 tires for that Overlander that look pretty good, and then they should have 5.7s for their Land Rover that they did first, and then this new Nissan thing they did. And those tires should all be relatively close to that 5.7 if they're not exactly that.
Yeah,
that would be good. Like when I showed you that international truck I was thinking about doing, it's like there's not a lot of room in the arches. And I don't mind cutting them, but it's cool if you don't have to.
Exactly.
And so with the Relarlo tires, and you could even use like SBR tires or something like that and probably get close. But it's just I want a crawler tire because I feel like it's going to be softer, squishy, a little more what I want.
Yep.
Compound wise.
That's why I ran my 1.6 with those big honking nasty basher tires on it, and it ran like dude. That thing was a beast. It would go anywhere with those tires on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good option for sure.
I think so. I think especially if you know it's going to be muddy.
Yep.
Even better.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, dude, I've been wanting to try those Relarlo tires on something, and it may be perfect on a truck build where I don't want to cut on the arches if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Like I think I could have done my Chevy without cutting the arches at all if I had the Relarlo tires, which would have been it had looked awesome that way.
Yeah, they just would make this chassis more scale. Brother, you know what, Chris? I would definitely pop for one of those 1/7 scales, and I would take that body off and set it aside and go right to the printer, brother.
See, if I get one, I want to run it out the way it comes and then take it off.
Yep.
Take it off.
Yep. Take it off, put it away.
They look pretty good though. Looking at their photos and the chassis with the body off, they look pretty full house. There's a lot going on with them too. I don't need turn signals, but windshield wipers, I mean, that's next level, bro.
It is. Yeah, they're packing a lot of features into that for the price point. It's great.
Yeah.
KW79. Yeah. Dude, stuff like a 97 Cherokee. Yep. Keep it simple. Less electronics, the better. That's why my car that I drive on the daily, I'm in sales, so my car is my tool. And Ryan's been in my car. It scares the living daylights out of me of how much electronics is on it.
Oh, it's so automated.
I mean, you got to push a button to get out of the car. Come on.
Yeah, I was trapped. I was trapped. I think my truck's a 89. Is that what it is? Or is it a 90?
Dude, you're in the 90s, brother.
I think it may be a 95.
Heck yeah.
It's before LS, though. I got the LO5 350 in it.
Yep. Old school, reliable.
Yeah.
That's
the
what
only difference between mine and the LS is the throttle body injection, and the intake ports are different, I guess.
Right on. Hey, while I'm thinking about, we're talking about tires, I'm going to mute myself here, and I'm going to go grab one of the SCX6 tires, and I'm going to go to grab one of those basher tires that I had on the 6, just for the hell of it, because they work.
Do it, man. Yeah, so tires are everything. These guys in the picture you're seeing, Kirk and Kelly both had the slightly bigger Mickey Thompsons on theirs, and I'm rolling with the Honcho stock tires, which are slightly bigger than the Rubicon Wrangler BFGs on the 6. So that's the only choices I have, is what I have. It's the Honcho tires and the BFGs is what I got.
I'm back. So hopefully you can see these.
The Relarlo, oh yeah, that's with the BFGs and then the Basher tire right there. So the BFGs are the smaller SCX6 tires that are available. And then those crazy Basher tires are smaller, but the contact patch is so wide.
Dude, these things rock on the SCX6. Kirk was with me, and it was crazy how good those things did. And they're on Amazon. I bought them for like $25 for a set of them.
Bro, how much is that Relarlo Nissan thing?
He's going shopping. He's going shopping.
I'm curious. I think they're like $7.
Sounds right. $7.49 or something.
Would you get that, or would you get the that one with the Overlander stuff on it?
Let me go back and
here's
look.
the question too. So I want to know what's the wheelbase. So if this thing has,
what's the name of the one you're looking at?
TK07. I'm looking for specs.
Gotcha. Well, the four-wheel drive brushless RTR, it's $699.99.
There's a couple different versions. It looks
brush version's $599.
You can't get brushed.
I wouldn't want any part of it.
Not on these.
So I'm gonna take a look here.
I'm looking at specs. I'm just curious.
Right, that's what I was getting ready to do.
I don't know, man. Maybe I should get another 6 instead, because I know it. How do they not have the wheelbase in here, bro?
I know, that's what I'm looking for, and I do not see it anywhere.
Because I want to know the wheelbase on that one versus the Gladiator Overland package. You see what I'm going for here?
Yep. Sure do. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere on here.
Come on.
It's nowhere. Huh. Yeah, their website just really doesn't give a whole lot of info.
Yeah.
Like, not at all. Choose options. Does nothing.
Bro, it's like it's better to Google it. Let's see. All right, Kurt. See you later, man.
Later, Kirk. I'm actually going over to his rock quarry tomorrow morning at around 9:30.
Oh, bastard.
And him and I are gonna crawl around out there, and then I'm gonna use the handy dandy scanner on him. So we'll see how that works out.
Okay. It sounds like the wheelbase is 428 millimeters on that one. So let's see.
So the wheelbase on the SCX6s that I use is 495.3.
$428. And then what's their is it a JK, the Gladiator thing, the Overlander?
Yes, it's a Gladiator. Yep.
Okay. Now it has a wheelbase of 498. So
so it's the same
very
as the 6.
close to the 6 scale.
Yep.
Okay. So that's a 19.6 inch wheelbase. All right. So what's 428 millimeters? Let's see. Inches.
That's
almost 17, 16.8.
So they got FOC. I mean, they're pretty much running everything the same as what Axial is.
Wow. So that means that the wheelbase, if I go to the front of my back tire and look at 16.8, I'm right here.
Hang on. Okay.
That's quite a bit shorter. The Nissan versus the Gladiator, which makes sense.
Yeah, because it's the same. You're getting into the same thing like what the FJ40s are. You know, it's big, but it's the true scale.
And instead of going to
It's
the
messing
center of
everything
the
up.
tire, if I go from here to the center of the front one, that's their wheelbase.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You'd be better off for the money. You'd be better off to buy that JK.
The JK.
Yep. For 750 bones. Buy yourself a birthday present, Ryan.
There's always the SCX6.
I've been seeing a lot of like SCX6s for sale and stuff, and there's a lot of them. They're actually pretty well priced, like slightly used ones.
428. Yeah, that's what I got, Chris. I had to look, but that's interesting because it doesn't. Listen, we're not talking about buying these trucks just to get the tires, but the tires are interesting, and I wonder if those tires on the Nissan are, since that's such a smaller wheelbase, I wonder if those tires are smaller too.
Oh,
let's see.
Good point. Because you ain't gonna find it out on their website.
right?
They're probably smaller. There's no
They
way they're the same size.
they about have to be if the wheelbase gets that
Yeah.
much shorter.
Yeah, because when I'm just looking at their website, there's no way that they're the same size tires with the difference in wheelbase because everything is all scaled proportionally.
Yeah, I think me wanting to find out the wheelbase made sense because it is different
Yep.
for sure. Okay.
All right, I smell a new toy coming. Arlo.
I mean, for what they're asking, can you put the specs on it? For goodness sakes. And then we didn't even look at the MK07, but bro, I gotta ask Google because their site doesn't know.
Yeah, their site doesn't show any of the specs. That's crazy.
They are 2.6-inch rims, but I don't know what that is for the
2.6 inch.
that's just the rim though.
Well, how big are ours? I don't have anything around to.
2.9.
Are they 2.9s?
Yeah. And then if the tires are 135 millimeters, like I think they might be, that means instead of 5.7, they're 5.25.
That makes sense.
It does.
Yep.
It actually does make sense. That's smaller. The JK looks better, dude, with that overland package and stuff.
Yep.
It looks better. The 5.7s are good.
Yep.
And that truck would take probably these tires without too much fussing if you wanted to.
Right.
So 5.7 versus 7 inches. Holy crap. We did the math on this once before, but it's like, dude, 1.25 inches. What is that? 7/8 then if you split it? 7/8.
Yeah, I think you did say 7/8 the last time we were talking about it. I think we were on the trail when we were talking about it.
Yep. 7/8. So instead of being 1.25 inches, it's 7/8 all around.
Heck yeah.
Because you get it twice.
Yep.
On both sides. So 5.7 is not crazy, even though it sounds like it is compared to 7.
Right.
It's only 7/8 you're losing.
Yep. Yeah, and those are If you decide you're gonna buy an Arlo, man, just get the dang Jeep, that Gladiator.
So 5.7, basically, if you look at one of these tires before the lugs start happening on the sidewall.
Yep. Are those
here to there?
Are those the BFs?
No, this is the honcho ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted the honcho tread on this international. It looked a little bit more like what I remember being on the one growing up.
Yeah, man. I need to buy another set of the rims, the stock ones, because my honcho tires, I don't have rims on them right now.
Oh, yeah, it's because you ended up with an extra set of BFGs.
Yes. So I have these black ones mounted up to the BFGs, and then the ones I painted red for the bug truck and the Chevy, the pickup. Those are the other BFs.
I think I have one set of extra tires. I got 2 sets of tires. I got a set of BFGs and a set of honchos that don't have rims.
All right, Chris is he's speaking my language. I have a set just pay shipping. Seriously?
Of what, the
Of
rims?
The stock rims? Dude, I would totally
The stock rims are nice.
do that, man.
Oh yeah, he's got 5 honcho wheels and tires.
Dude, hit me up, man, in Messenger. Let's talk, because I definitely wouldn't mind having the rims. Awesome.
Yeah, I got a honcho body that's brand new.
We got all kinds of stuff sitting around. Kirk's got a brand new
Honcho and
JL.
Wrangler. Yeah. Honcho and Wrangler. Come
Yeah.
on.
Let me know the price, brother. Yeah, let's talk. Heck yeah.
Well, hey man, I'm ready to dip.
Yeah, I am too. I still haven't ate dinner yet, and I need to do that. And there must be a wakeboard boat out here because things are crashing into the seawall. It's crazy.
Oh. Is your boat out there getting beat on?
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I was looking at a little bit ago.
I see. Guys, thanks so much for coming by. Check out the RC3D Fab Factory Facebook group. Check out our videos. Kelly and Kirk both put out videos from our run on Monday, and I put mine out also right back here on the channel. You can see the Scouts and the Power Wagon running. Had a blast with those, and we're going to kind of wrap our head around what's next. Kelly's getting into the carpet business, getting ready to do a Mutts truck.
Mutt cuts.
I think I may do my big trimmers. I have it. It's sitting here.
You should, because you need to get that thing done. It's a movie themed vehicle.
I think I may just need another 6. I know it. I can trust it. The parts, I know it.
You're probably better off in the position you're in. You're better off to just get another 6. Yep, I agree. Just get another 6, get your trimmers truck or your body done, throw it on there, and then you're good to go.
Seriously.
We just need to get Kirk to figure out what he's going to do. So,
yeah, because I wanted to, I got it printed here. It's your fault once again. You always steer the ship. You ain't steering the ship on the dog truck though, but you steered
whatever
me.
Bro, you're gonna love it. You are going to love it.
You steered me to the Scout, and I wasn't sure I was going to do it, but it didn't take much persuasion. But I'm not sure you could ever talk me into the dog, but that's okay. I'm anxious to see what you do, man. I'm anxious to see it. Guys, I'm rolling. We're out of here. Kelly, got anything to say?
Nope. Just appreciate everybody coming by tonight and listening to us ramble. And yeah, we're going to try to get back out in the trails here pretty soon, and stay tuned for the shaggin' wagon that's coming, because it won't be long.
He'll be done in a week.
It won't be long.
He moves pretty quick. We're out of here in 5. Hanger Rats forever. We'll throw you later. You're too good to be forgotten. We'll see you next time. Bye now. Boom.